Hey guys, Talk here, back with another video today, because why not? Wonder what these are. These are drawings I did on my DA, and, in real life in my sketchbook. These weird elven creature sort of deals. One's a bit more calm and peaceful, the other's a bit more crazy and out there. And, I'm kind of drawing a mix of them. And I know I had suggestions of clothing, and how I do the folds in clothing, and maybe some tips and tricks. So, I shall give you guys that. So, some things I like to keep in mind, first off, when I am doing clothing, is where on the body the clothing is, and if it hangs in any way, shape, or form, off parts of the body, say like this, like off the shoulders. And the reason I say that is because, say you have it like this, you might want to put folds right where it hangs. Also, maybe where it is on the body, say it's stretched over an area, like here. Or maybe they have a bigger bust size and it's stretched over. That's something you would like to keep in mind. Also, you want to be aware of, like, say there's clothing or fabric, say in the armpit area or the elbow area. You would want to be aware of areas that would be moving a lot, say if they raise their arms a lot, if it would bunch up in areas, because when you are drawing clothing, you want to be aware of that so you can add the appropriate amounts of folds to the clothing, and it will make things look natural, even if you are doing some cartoony things. Something else you want to be aware of is, say, extra appendages, like horns, pointy ears, wings, tentacles, anything extra fangs. You want to be aware of that because, or like fur even, say you're doing anthro, because that might, say, have hairs removed with the clothing, because the wings are popping out, or it might be a little bit more of a bumpy texture because there's fur underneath. That's also something to keep in mind. Something else to keep in mind is body type. Are they bigger in size? Is their clothing going to stretch over? Do they tend to like to wear more baggy stuff? Are they thinner? Does it stretch over thin areas? Where does it depending on what type of clothing size they wear, is it baggy on them? Is it not? Are they muscular? Is what they're wearing going to accentuate their muscles or hide it a little bit? Basically, you want to be aware of the body types that you're drawing, and perhaps how the clothing might fold or hang off things. Something I would recommend when you are doing clothing folds, or like if you want to practice them, is to look at references and tutorials on how to draw, that sort of thing, because that does help. So this is basically how I do it though. So I have my little person here, or whatever the heck it is, some elven creature, and so they have a very short, weird arm length, and this is where their shoulder area may be. So I am going to want to put some folds in here, because the elbow area, because this arm is going to be bendy a lot. They might be reaching up towards things. They might be doing exercise a lot. They might be at school and having to pick up books a lot. Areas like this will definitely fold, and if you hear me sniffling, I do have a little bit of a cold, so have fun. Also, she seems to have a little bit of a bigger bust size like the other two. So the clothing, since this is a bit more of a tight clothing thing, you would have it stretch over. And when you are drawing, say this is like a waist, obviously not the greatest waist, but okay, this is somebody's waist. Okay. You would also want to have folds there, because one, it would drape over, and two, you kind of might like swivel your upper body a little bit, be moving the hips. Your waist is going to be moving throughout the person's waist is going to be moving throughout the day. So you should probably add some folds there, because it would naturally do that. And if it's stretched over somewhere like the shoulders, like an example is up here, I draped it over the shoulder area, and like the overall, I guess you could say, just kind of collarbone. It's a bit elongated on these creatures, as you can tell, because they're not entirely human, thus they don't follow everything anatomically to a T, because, they're not human. I get a little bit of leeway with that, but basically, like, I have it kind of draped over this, and a little bit more loose fitting, and it would kind of fold in certain areas if it goes back around like this, and in the armpit area it would fold a lot and crease a lot, and you would just you should probably be aware of that, and say if it's hanging off the shoulder, or not quite off the shoulder, but on the arm here from this area, because it goes like this, you might want it to be kind of folded like this because it's kind of draping over and kind of, just over there, and then with this, you would want folds here, a little here, a bit here, because, they might be raising their arms a lot, and it might be pushed in a little bit, and they'd be moving around their arms, so that would be very useful. And for say something like a blindfold like this, because why not, you might have it draped over, maybe I'd have it kind of, say I'm going to undo this, okay, I might have it maybe draping down from these ears a little bit, like this, because depending on what you're doing, it probably wouldn't cover the ears necessarily, but it might be going, around the ear, like this, like around the ears, from here, like that. Also, something else you might want to be aware of is, say it's a little windy in what you're drawing. So there's a bit of wind, so going back to this waist, or kind of crappily drawn waist, say you're drawing something like a skirt, and say this is, okay, obviously not very good, but, say you're going to be drawing a skirt and it's really windy. So what you would want is it to be kind of maybe stuck over here, like almost like folded here, because, the wind would be blowing, and then it would be kind of going out a little bit, and you'd almost have like a little wave here, because when things blow in the wind, I'm sure you can see this in real life sometimes, it's not just gonna be like, it's not gonna be like that. That's probably not how it's gonna look. It's not gonna just look like some triangle like that. That's not how a skirt would look. It would have waves to it. It would have folds to it. It would be maybe overlapping in areas. That sort of deal. And of course you want to be aware of the bottom of the skirt, like I guess you could say the other side, something like that, and maybe like that. Something like that. You'd want to be aware of all this, because, it'll really help you when you're drawing. Be aware of maybe the wind, the body types, where it's hanging, what's moving on their body, where it might be coming from on their body. Just be aware of it, body types, appendages, added things like fur, maybe lighting and shading even, because you want to be sure to know where to shade in the right areas, that sort of thing. So, hope that could help in some way, shape, or form. Probably was very repetitive. This is Hawk, signing out.